Hello, here's my new meter practice board that I just finished. Well, I almost finished it. I gotta get 4 more outlets for it. I have a 30 amp 12240 dryer cord. It comes over here and it goes into the 100 amp meter socket. I have 3 outlets, a single pole switch, and a light socket connected to L1 in the meter socket. I have 3 outlets and 2 3-way switches as well as a light socket on L2. All the neutrals and ground are all connected together. And how I'm going to get 12240 is I have this old 100-foot extension cord. I'm going to plug it into 2 different outlets on 2 different circuits in my house to get 240. I have all the neutrals and grounds connected together, and I have L1 and L2 right there. Cords go around, they're about 25 feet long, and they go into the service head. And I'm going to have it coming down and going to a dryer outlet that this is going to plug into. Yeah, the service mast is basically going to be up on the ceiling with the 2 cords hanging out of the end of it. Yeah, don't try doing this stuff if you don't know what you're doing. I'm basically going to plug my power tools and random things into these, and I'm going to see how much power they use. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and there's my new training board. I'm also working on an industrial wiring board. It'll have 2 start-stop push buttons, a relay, and 2 light bulbs on it. I'm also going to do a board that has a variable frequency drive on it, as well as a motor and a 3-phase magnetic reversing motor starter. I'm also going to do one with a PLC and a red light circuit on it. Yeah, programming red lights is one of the easier things you do with a PLC. Just wait till you have like 6 of them connected together and you gotta control an assembly line that's like several hundred yards long. That's when it gets complicated. Yeah, programming a red light was one of the PLC projects I did in school. Although I'm liking the idea of a railroad crossing with 2 red light bulbs and a bell. Yeah, I'm going to move all these shelves and all this stuff out of here. And I'm going to hang 2x4s down from the ceiling back there up against the wall. And all my boards are going to go right there along that wall. Yeah, you can see my 12240 L1 neutral L2 training board there with a single phase transformer, 2 light bulbs, and 2 outlets on it. Yeah, here's my ladder diagram for the industrial board that I'm working on. I got my kill switch here, I got my start-stop push buttons here, and I have my relay here and 2 light bulbs. Here's a normally open contact that's in the relay. Here's another normally open contact that's in the relay, and this contact is normally closed here. You basically push the start button here, and energizes the relay, and this contact here closes. And to shut it down, you just hit the stop switch, it opens up the circuit and kills the whole thing. When I hit the start switch, it's going to energize the relay and close this contact. It's going to open this one, causing this bulb to go out, and this contact here is going to close, and this light bulb is going to light up. L1 side over here, and you have your grounded conductor side over here. This is where you would use the 12240 4160 volt control transformer. You would have your motor that runs on 4160, and you would have your transformer connected up to the 4160. And what it would do is it would step it down to 120 for this ladder circuit, because you don't want 4160 going to all these controls. You want 120, which is a lot safer. It would of course have proper circuit protection on it. The relay would basically turn off the 4160 motor. You just look at the relay like a switch that has 4 different switches in it. You have your 120 coming over here, the 120 hits the coil and it closes the relay. It'll close the contacts and turn the motor on, and when you shut it down it'll open the contacts and shut the motor off. You would have your 4160 going through the relay, and the relay would just basically turn it on and off. You would have your 128-240 control circuit way over here, and you would have your relay over by the motor, and it would just basically shut the motor on and off. Yeah, and you can also use like flow and level switches and things like that on this to control it.